What's up, YouTube? It's Rose AJ here. I'm representing Simple A Aesthetics, back at again with another video to help you guys build some bolder shoulders. Now, this video here is not going to be anything too complicated. I just put together a series of exercises that you guys can utilize throughout your workout to help you get some well-developed, well-rounded shoulders. So we're going to be going through all three heads. We're going to go through why these exercises will work for you. So go ahead and check it out and let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Alright guys, so to begin this workout, we're going to be doing some hammer strength shoulder presses. Now, the reason we're going to be doing shoulder presses with the hammer strength as opposed to using the military press is simply because today we really want to isolate the shoulders. It's tough to do with the military press because you do get some excess additional help from your upper chest and your upper back. Using the hammer strength apparatus here, you're going to be able to isolate your shoulders throughout the movement to retain the bulk of the tension you're pushing upon them through this exercise. So don't be afraid to use it, guys. Now, when it comes to technique, for this exercise, and to be honest, any press movement exercise for shoulders in general, you should always be aiming to bring the weight down to about 90 degrees or a little bit lower. And that way you actually are able to load your shoulders effectively for full range of motion before you actually push the weight on up. And performing your reps in this fashion will garner you better results in terms of actually building fully well-developed round shoulders. Now on the next set, you're going to see me actually try to push towards failure. And when you're doing that, you want to make sure that you're balanced, going single arm, and try to descend the weight to the negative as low as possible, but low enough to where you are able to control it effectively. All of our bodies are different, and we all have different thresholds in terms of what we can take. So you must gauge yourself honestly whenever you're challenging your limits. And that's for anything you do in the gym. Next up, guys, this isn't going to be too different from what we were just doing. It's just the invert, to be quite honest with you. So we're doing reverse shoulder presses on the hammer strength machine, just facing the opposite direction. Now, I typically do these for about 3 sets, and it's never usually heavy weight. It's almost like a burnout. Basically, you're doing your presses just facing the opposite direction, with most of the tension being geared towards your rear delts. As you can see here, your rear delts is actually doing all the loading throughout the motion of this exercise. And this is something that I usually utilize at the end of my 3 to 4 sets of my presses. So coming up next here, we're going to be doing Arnold presses. Who doesn't like Arnold presses? Arnold presses are one of the most famous shoulder exercises that one can perform. Obviously, the great Arnold, made them popular, and we all took it to another level. But anyways, this exercise is a fairly simple shoulder exercise, but yet an effective one. And here's why. As you can see throughout this movement, there are multiple parts of your shoulders that are being targeted as you're performing the repetition. Specifically, all three, the anterior, posterior, and medial head, are being targeted when you're performing this exercise. Now, as far as technique, you want to make sure when you're starting this exercise, please keep in mind that your palms should be facing you with the dumbbells in front of you, right at around a 90-degree angles or slightly lower. Now, as you're lifting the weight up on the ascension of the movement for this repetition, you're going to be flipping your palms facing front of you right before, I would say right in the middle of the movement, right before you get to the top. When you're performing each rep, I would say by the time you get to about 6 or 7, depending on how heavy that weight is for you, you will really feel that burn in your anterior and your lateral head of your shoulders. Next up, we're going to be doing rear delts. Now, guys, a key thing that you want to make sure that you're doing whenever you're training your shoulders is to make sure that you're targeting all 3 heads in each workout session that you're performing. You want to make sure that you're strategically targeting your anterior for certain exercises we did previously with the Arnold pressers, your lateral, as we did with the hammer strength pressers in the beginning of this workout, and now we're starting off to hit our rear delts directly through rear delts raises. Now, when you're performing rear delt raises, you want to make sure that you're really balanced in terms of your overall posture, and as you're bringing the weight back, you want to focus on having your elbows act as if they're trying to touch each other, with your angle letting your rear delts do all the lifting. Alright guys, last but not least are lateral raises. If you want to get that really defined, I would say, cut in between your shoulders and your bicep tricep area, this is certainly the exercise that helps you define that look. So when you're performing your lateral raises, the key is, especially when you're using a platform or something to keep your balance, as I'm using here, the key is to make sure that your body is completely balanced from the get-go, and you want to control the weight on the negative. And this exercise specifically, the negative is representing gravity, basically, allowing the weight to come directly down. It's your lateral head that's literally controlling the amount of resistance you're able to slow the way that weight's coming down on the negative of this movement. Very important to make sure that you do that in each repetition. So guys, to finish everything off, our last set of lateral raises are going to be using 2 arms instead of 1. This is something that I'll usually do sometimes at the end of my workout, where I'll grab a really light set of dumbbells and I'll do somewhere between 50 and 30 in a row, just to get a real burning sensation throughout my shoulders. This is something you guys can utilize at the end of your workout just to try something different. It's really good for putting those cuts right in those delts. Alright guys, that was it for today's shoulder workout. I know it was really short. Like I said, this wasn't supposed to be anything really intricate or complicated. It's just a series of exercises that target all 3 heads that anyone can implement in their shoulder routine. So if you like this video, definitely don't forget to drop a like down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and also comment below if there's anything that you want to see, any video you'd like to see me, any muscle group I should say you'd like to see me perform. I don't mind doing that. Actually, I would like to do that. So guys, let me know. And until next time, this is Rose J signing out for Simple Lay Aesthetics. And always remember, in fitness and in life, keep it simple.